very quick, very quickly, guys. I just wanted to say before the review starts that I started to garner a little bit of a following. I've had a few subscribers and a few likes and a few very nice comments and criticisms, and I want to say that I'm immeasurably thankful for that. What I'm trying to do here is offer a brief summary of the gear that I use and the gear that I like, and whilst I would never want to take anything away from the big guys who do very detailed breakdowns of products, I think we need those very much. We definitely need those, but I think there's definitely a market for what I try to offer. So I want to say I'm very thankful that you're helping to justify this channel's existence. That's all I wanted to say, guys. Thank you very much for your support, and I hope you continue to support me, and I hope to continue to sort of provide you with these sorts of brief vapes. That's it. I don't know where I'm not very good at saying thank you, but I want you to know that I am very grateful. I've tried to do this YouTube thing before, and it's very hard to garner any sort of support. To just know that you're getting a little is more than enough for me. So thank you very much, guys. I shall see you in the next 5 minutes of this review. Ladies and gentle giants from around the world, my name is Dr. Stuffnar. Welcome back to the Brief Vape channel, where I, in a briefer summary as possible, try to tell you why you should or shouldn't buy a particular vaping device. And today we're going to be looking at something I've wanted for a very long time, since it came out. I say that all the time, but that's because I on my newsfeed on Facebook and stuff, and I get emails through from companies telling me all these cool new devices that I can buy, and all my expendable income just disappears overnight, seemingly. And this is a contributor to that this month. This is the CKS Icon 200 by Cloud Kicker Society. A couple of things right off the bat. Look at that design. Let me pull the focus out just a little bit more so you can get a good look at this thing. Look at that. Very pretty device. Very nice curvatures on the side. Has a very unique 510 connector. Slightly raised there. I assume that's because of the way the batteries are arranged inside, or the chipset, that it had to be raised. I mean, it's quite small, but it's not Smock Alien size or anything. I mean, it's quite wide, if anything. It's certainly no smaller than something like the Minikin, which is a dual 18650 mod, like this is. It's probably something to do with the proprietary chip, or just generally how they wanted to design the thing. Principally, I don't have a problem with the size, particularly because of how light this thing is. This thing, with a tank on it, is lighter than the Minikin V2 is, with batteries in it and a tank. Without a tank, sorry. It has this cool sort of magazine style, I suppose you'd call it. It shares sort of that with the is it the iJoy Arms Race or the Limitless Arms Race? Shouldn't confuse the two, really. But if you've seen the Arms Race mod, it doesn't have the batteries that come out like the Arms Race does. This is more like a sheath. Goes over, magnetises back on. Very secure in there. Nothing's going to come out. I just like the design. This cost me £80 plus shipping, which is quite cheap actually. I've shopped around and I got it for a very good price. I think you're paying for the design, and you're paying for the proprietary chip, which we're going to get onto now. Let me put the this is a 24mm 510 connector, by the way. It's raised, like I said, so it's going to leave a very kind of non-aesthetically pleasing, if you're OCD, it's going to leave a very non-aesthetically pleasing overhang if you've got a 25mm RDA or RTA or whatever. But the crown is 24mm and it sits perfectly flush on here, as you can see. As I said, this is using CKS's proprietary board, the VO chip, which is very good for the most part. It's very aesthetically pleasing, it's relatively easy to use, it's very accurate from what I've been able to tell in my minimal testings that I've done over the past couple of days. A couple of features that it has: obviously you can go up to 200 watts. I haven't got any exact readings, I should probably give you them. I think it goes down to, oh no, that's not the right box, where are we? This is, you get nothing but professionalism here on the Brief Vapes channel. It has a very nice box, which I'm not going to show you because, again, this is Brief Vapes. Here we go. Resistance supported, so it goes down to 0.1 on the resistance modes, which is probably not quite as low as some of you would like, but it's fine for me. 0.05 in temperature control mode. Bypass mode 0.25, which is basically makes it a mechanical mod with certain safety features implemented. I don't know who uses the bypass mode on any regulated device. I mean, if you want to go fully mechanical, just buy a mechanical mod. One of the most distinct features this mod has is auto temperature control, which I've got to say is my only con for the device. It's absolutely dreadful, the auto temperature control. It determines the flash point of your e-juice and regulates for that, and it's too lenient. With a lot of TC box mods these days, the temperature control is far too lenient and doesn't quite give you as much of a punchy temperature control vape as something like a DNA would, or even some of the better temperature control devices. The temperature control normally on this thing, if you were to set your own wattages and temperature and degrees and Celsiuses and stuff like that, is perfectly fine. It's just that auto temp control is a little bit crappy. I'm just going to say it's not very good at all. It's, like I said, it's too lenient. You can set wattage curves, stuff like that. It has all the main features of a high-end mod that you'd expect these days, a high-end regulated mod. But the best thing about it, I think, is the ohm readouts. It's very, very accurate, and it constantly fluctuates to give you a very accurate reading. Like if it's saying 0.54, if I press it, 0.56, 0.57, 0.54, 0.53, 0.60, 0.52. You get the idea. It fluctuates constantly to give you an accurate reading, which is exactly what you want, really. I'm doing a lot of things with my hands today. That's what happens when I'm trying to articulate properly, you see. Overall, I don't regret the purchase, and I would recommend you get it if you like the design of the thing, because it does everything you'd want from a regulated box mod a little bit better. Like it hits relatively hard. It hits like the Minikin V2 does, and it hits like you'd expect a higher end regulated mod to do. It's not quite DNA territory. Again, I mean, DNA chips and DNA mods, generally speaking, are in a league of their own, so I'm only talking about anything that isn't a DNA mod specifically here. But if we're discounting those, it's as good as a lot of the high end stuff. Very good, in fact. And if you can get over the weird raised 510, which I know a lot of people aren't really a fan of, then it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. It has onboard quick charging, 1 amp quick charging, but I wouldn't really recommend charging a dual 18650. We're not really at the stage yet where they can. I have faith in the fact that the boards can balance out the charging perfectly. It's just better to use another charger, just a charger specifically for charging batteries. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about it, really, guys. Custom wattage curves, temperature control, auto temperature control, which is okay, bypass mode, power mode. It supports titanium, stainless steel, nickel, so all the big 3 types there for temperature control. Yeah, it's great. I like it a lot. I think it's aesthetically beautiful. I think it's very well made, and I'm looking forward to using it for as long as it will let me. Thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been my opinion on the CKS Icon 200 watt regulated box mod. Did I say all that properly? I think I did. Yeah, it's just an opinion, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Very punchy.